Build in some me time for yourself and literally build it into your schedule. Get it on the calendar. And again, I know this isn't easy to just make happen and there might need to be some planning on your part, but I promise you can do it. Welcome to the Workforce Link podcast, where we're offering forward-thinking conversations for the workforce, linking employers and job seekers to a brighter tomorrow. I'm your host, Sunday Jo Graham with the Central Workforce Development Region, and I am glad to be back with you for another episode. You know, I know a lot of moms out there who truly are superheroes. And somehow they find a way to balance it all. Work, the soccer, marriage, all the things. You know, maintaining career and family is not for the faint of heart, that is for sure. But sometimes I think that we believe that the lie that we can't be moms and have a thriving career. Now, what I didn't say it's easy, but I am saying that I believe it's possible. And today I want to share some key habits to help set you up for success as a working mom. So let's dive right into today's episode. Habits are a byproduct of consistent repetition, right? So that means that you have to keep implementing the next right step over and over again before you see results. Sometimes it happens quickly, and sometimes it feels like it takes forever. So as we dive in together today, remember that you will eventually get where you want to go if you don't give up, okay? Number one, to-do lists. These are your best friend. I mean, they're my best friend anyway. A task written down is a task half completed. Okay, I'm going to say that again. A task written down is a task half completed. Don't be afraid to write it all down. And when I say that, I mean all the things. And I know it might sound redundant to write down things that you already know you must do, but research has actually shown that it actually increases efficiency. So if you're a digital gal or guy, there are dozens of tools out there for you, okay? And Google Calendar is your best friend. In a previous episode, I talk deeper about this. We talk about the 6 must-have apps to help you be more productive at work. And the Google Calendar and Evernote truly can be your best friends. And I will share the link to that previous episode in the show notes for you. But I take it one step further. And I go beyond digital because there's something about having it written down right in front of you. And again, I've talked about this in previous episodes too, but I am a huge fan of the Full Focus Planner. And I'll share the link to that in the show notes as well. But I believe I talked about it. I believe it was episode 25. Every day, I know the big 3 things that I must get done for that day. And then there's a place for me to write down my daily tasks. And not only that, but I can write down my goals for the week, for the quarter, etc. And on this, you can go, using this planner, you can go as deep as you want to go. I call the Full Focus Planner my second brain because I can't imagine doing my days without it. And to be honest with you, like today, sometimes I get in this rut where I just don't want to write things down. I think it's rebellion. But today I found myself not wanting to write things down. And guess what? My brain has been more scattered, which does not lead to productivity, right? And so I'm like, Sunday, get back to writing down what your tasks are and put your planner in front of you. And guess what? It relieves stress because my brain isn't scattered in 1,000 different directions. And I'm like, yes, these are the tasks that I know I need to do today. And also, I would say there's something about being able to put a check mark next to those completed tasks, isn't there? Like it actually, research shows that it releases endorphins in your brain when you actually get to put a check mark next to things that you've done. And again, I will share a link in the show notes for you to check out the Full Focus Planner. But number one, to-do lists. To-do lists are your best friend. And if they're not yet, learn how to make them your best friend. Hey there, question for you. Do you want hands-on experience as you decide what career you want to pursue? Through on-the-job training, work experiences, and apprenticeships, Central Missouri Job Center staff are ready to help set you up for success today. Learn more about our on-the-job training program, an excellent opportunity to get hands-on experience from an employer while earning a paycheck. It's a win-win for everyone. Employers get the workforce they need, and you get the experience you need. Or there's our work experience program, available to job seekers ages 14 to 24 who have little or no past work experience. This provides the opportunity to meet with prospective employers while also taking advantage of critical workplace training. Gaining work experiences gives you the needed work background to secure future jobs. And don't forget about our registered apprenticeship opportunities, which is alternative earn while you learn combination of training and employment. Apprentice workers gradually earn more as they reach higher levels of productivity. In addition to rewarding performance, a registered apprenticeship combines employer-driven, job-related instruction with extensive on-the-job learning under the supervision of a trade professional. After completing a registered apprenticeship, the apprentice receives a nationally recognized occupational credential that communicates the standards and high level of training that their employer provides. To learn more about our work-based learning programs, visit cwdregion.com/learning today and find the Central Region Job Center near you. Again, that's cwdregion.com/learning. And now back to the show. Number 2, define your priorities. Your career is important, no doubt, but you already know that your family is a key priority as well. So make sure your boss, your manager, or your team members know this too. Let them know your boundaries ahead of time, that your family comes before your job. You know, I've seen people come to work who didn't even tell anyone they had kids. So when they say they couldn't stay late or come in early because of their kids, their boss was really surprised to learn that. The manager, wasn't upset that she couldn't stay late, but she was upset that she didn't know ahead of time. So don't surprise people. Let them know ahead of time where you stand. And the same goes for defining your priorities at home. Decide ahead of time how much of your work life are you going to let spill over into your home life. And if you know these boundaries ahead of time, it makes all the difference. And it doesn't mean that they're set in stone, but it gives you and your family some clear guidelines on what they can expect from you. And know this, there is no shame in making your family a priority, okay? If somebody tries to make you feel guilty and convince you that you can't climb that corporate ladder unless you choose one or the other, let me just save you some trouble and tell you that that is not the person that you want to work for, okay? The working world often tries to tell us that we have to choose, but I don't personally believe that's true. I believe there is a way to do both. It might take some extra work, but there is a way to do both. So number 2, define your priorities. Number 3, take a break. Now, I'm not just talking about taking a lunch break here, okay? I'm talking about taking an actual break. Parenting is a full-time job alongside your full-time job. So find a way to take some time for yourself. Build in some me time for yourself. And literally, when I say build it in, I mean build it into your schedule. Get it on the calendar. And again, I know this isn't easy to just make happen, and there might need to be some planning on your part, but I promise that you can do it, okay? Take a day off work sometimes. Plan it ahead of time. And listen, even if all you do is sit home and do nothing, make sure you're doing nothing without the kids around, okay? Sometimes you just need a day off. Sometimes you need a day off from your kids. It's okay. There's absolutely nothing wrong with doing either, okay? We all need our batteries recharged. Maybe you need a really long nap. Maybe you just want to read a book, watch a movie, take a bath without the kids knocking on the door. Maybe you want to go for a walk in the park, go to a museum, get a pedicure, get a massage. Go do something for you because you deserve it, okay? So take a break. Number 4, delegate. No matter how good you are at something, you cannot do everything on your own. And for those of us strong-willed women, it's really easy to try to do everything on our own. And especially if you're a single mom, you're used to doing it all, right? And carrying that whole burden. But there are people out there who want to be in your circle, who want to help you. And sometimes you just have to look a little harder to find them. And I'm telling you, if you want to burn out quickly in your career and your family, the best thing you can do is not ask for help. And if you have it in the budget, hire somebody to help you. And I'm not talking about paying somebody else a full-time salary. I'm talking about hiring somebody to do those small tasks that you don't really want to do or like to do or have time to do. Consider hiring a virtual assistant to take some of those tasks on for maybe 5 to 10 hours a week. And now, again, I know this isn't reality for everyone, but it certainly doesn't hurt to make it a future goal for yourself, okay? Dream big. It is good for your health. Dream big. It's good for your health. I totally think that's tweetable right there. And don't forget to make a meme out of it and quote me when you share it on social media. But seriously, maybe you can't afford to hire a virtual assistant, but you have some friends in your circle who can help look after the kids while you run errands, things like that. Or maybe your kids are a bit older and you can start giving them more responsibility to do things. Remember that you don't have to do it all yourself. Find ways to delegate, okay? Consider making a list of things that you enjoy and make a list of things you don't enjoy, things you're good at, things you're not good at, and then ask yourself, how can you outsource some of those things that you're not that great at or some of those things that you don't enjoy? Okay, let's do a quick recap of the habits that you can start implementing today to balance your family and career as a working mom. Number 1, write it down. And remember, to-do lists are your friend. Number 2, set clear boundaries on your work and home priorities. Number 3, give yourself some me time. Number 4, delegate, delegate, delegate. Now, I know I've already said it, but I'm going to say it again, okay? I realize that you're not going to put these habits all into place overnight, but pick one. Just pick one and start there. Then do, rinse, repeat, do, rinse, repeat. It might all seem like a bit overwhelming at first, but taking one next right step at a time is what leads to success, okay? And I want to say this. If no one else has said it to you yet or lately, you're doing better than you think you are. So keep going. Okay, I'm going to say that again. You're doing better than you think you are. Keep going. If you've enjoyed today's episode, would you mind sharing with somebody else that you think could benefit? Maybe another working mom who needs some encouragement and motivation to keep going. And if you haven't already, would you mind heading over and leaving a review for us on iTunes? Let us know what you enjoy about the show. It really does mean a lot to us, and it helps us stay visible so that others can easily find us. Have a great week, and we will meet again in the next episode. Until then, remember this: there's always a brighter tomorrow if you're willing to find it. The Central Region Workforce Development Board Incorporated and COPIC are equal opportunity employers and programs. Auxiliary aids and services are available upon request to individuals with disabilities. Missouri Relay Services at 711.